Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is King Geo. Well, as you know, MLB starts tomorrow. The season starts tomorrow, so we're getting excited about that. So that's great. So hopefully your team wins. So good luck to everybody that's not a Mets fan. Now, let's start with MLB 23, the show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, MLB 23, the show just came out, and I have to say, again, I am very disappointed. And I'll tell you why I'm disappointed and why I'm happy in another aspect. I'm disappointed because the graphics are still the same. Nothing has changed at all. When I got MLB 22, I thought things was going to change. You know, to a more realistic look. The players in 22 look more realistic than the players in 23. And when you play, I think it's game mode. When you play versus the computer, a team like, let's say the Mets or the Yankees, you're the Yankees or you're the Mets, whatever. And you're playing against the computer in a regular season game. In 22, because I haven't played in 23 yet, in 22, the game looks a little bit more realistic than if you would do Diamond Dynasty. And that's the truth. But I still need that realistic look overall. Like, for example, when you hit the ball to the outfield, you see the ball getting hit to you from the catcher's perspective. From that view. Instead of watching the ball from the player's perspective. You hit the ball to the outfield, to the right fielder. You want to see the ball go to, like, if the right fielder is catching it. That's the way I want to see it. If you hit it to a third baseman, I don't want to see it from a catcher's view go to the third baseman. I want to see it from the third baseman's view, where how the ball is hit, how you handle it. That's a realistic view. Now they have face recognition. That's horrible. You can get Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter doesn't even look like Derek Jeter. So I thought it would be a more realistic look. I have in my library, I have MLB 16, 17, 18, 19. I have MLB from 2016 to today, to 2023. And most of all those games are the same. Nothing has changed at all. The other ones, you can build your own stadium. Well, that was good when it first came out. There are tweaks in it. The game still freezes, and you get the win. I've always when the game freezes, never have I gotten a loss. I've always gotten the win. It says, disconnected from opponent. That is bad. You still get. I noticed, like yesterday, I played, and I have a player who hit the ball to right field. The right fielder caught it and threw the first base, and he could have been out by a mile. But this is how slow the player that I have is. And when the opponent threw the first base, his first baseman wasn't even at first base. That's to where if you play MLB 19, 20, and 21, and you hit the ball to right field, and the right fielder could throw him out at first base, he can, because he's right there. But in 2022 and in 23, the player is not at the base. They're off the base. So that is kind of bad. The only thing that I could say that I could think that is perhaps a little bit better is that you see the ball better in 2023. In other words, I've had guys throw 102 miles per hour, In 2022, you could if you didn't time it right, you wasn't even hit it. And this one, I can see a 102 miles per hour ball coming at me a whole lot better. But like I said, timing is key. The pros on this is that it came out with 2 more programs, which I like. I like the Negro League, and I like the WBC Classic. Those 2 programs I do enjoy. But other than that, it's just the same thing. No point of it's to be honest with you. If you want to play the Negro League and you want to play with WBC, those 2 programs, then I suggest that you get it because you have players that you've never seen before. You know, it's good that they came out with a Negro League because there are players there that you never even heard of before because MLB was the one that was ruling back in those days. MLB was ruling back in those days. So you didn't hear too much about the Negro League. How many of you watch a baseball game and you hear the Negro League come up? Rarely do you hear that. But it's good that you hear it, that you see the games, that you get familiarized with players, and like, oh wow, I didn't know this player, the second baseman was this. And it's like yesterday I didn't even know that Bob Feller was the youngest pitcher in MLB history. I didn't know that. If you hear in the background puppy noises that my dog gave birth 2 days ago. And she's been a good mom. I gotta give her credit for her first litter. But that's about it. You get to see players from the WBC, and you get to see players from the Negro League. That is it. Other than that, I wouldn't buy 2023. It was a waste of money. From 2016 all the way down to 2022, it's the same thing. Up to now, it's the same thing. In 2022, you build a player from the minors to the majors, and you can even retire. As in 21, that if your player wasn't good for 3 or 4 years, like, you know what, he's not going to go in the majors or whatever the case may be. You're not going to go to the majors, then you can retire that player. In 2022, you can't even retire the player. You have to keep on playing. And if you're in the minor leagues, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years. That's it. You can't retire that player. So you're like 40 years old and you're still playing in the minor leagues. That's horrible. Why would you do that? The good thing about the game is from 2022 to 2023 and stuff, and beyond, hopefully, is the play between other consoles. You get to play players between Xbox and PlayStation. So that is good. And the only thing that that I don't like about the game is that you have to be very careful, and from my experience at least. And if you're winning the game with another player, after the 6th inning, the algorithm changes. That's been my experience. I have a horrible record, and I have good pitchers, and I've thrown balls on the dirt. They hit a home run. I've thrown balls up where I'm talking about over their heads. They hit a home run. I've thrown balls inside. They hit a home run. It's the algorithm, and it's just mystifying. You get players in the outfield, whatever players you get, you gotta make sure you get fast players out there because the ball goes to you quick. And with good arms. Players like, I could beat you. I could beat. It all depends on it all depends on the algorithm that you have, that you get that day. And most of these guys or girls that play MLB, they don't pitch to you down the pine or in the strike zone. They throw balls down in the dirt. They throw balls upstairs to get you out. I mean, they don't play real baseball. They just playing stupid baseball. And most of these people that you play, by the 3rd inning, you know what they're gonna pitch because they become so predictable. they become so predictable that you can hit them. At least try to hit them. Because you can hit the ball, that doesn't mean it's going to be a hit. Because you hit the ball doesn't mean it's going to be a home run. But the algorithm makes it look like a home run, Me, I'm a person, I like the home run, so get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I like the game when it's played and you win by hits. Not having the shift is going to be good. Get more hits that way. The pitcher doesn't hit, so that's good also. But overall, I wouldn't buy this game. I already bought it, but I'm saying if it weren't for the program, the Negro League and the WBC, this game would still be trash from 2022, 2021, 2020, at least 2019. That's when the graphics started being cool. But other than that, they're all the same. The only thing that changes is players going to different teams. Just like in Madden NFL, same thing. Graphic wise, you want something more realistic. If you're paying $70 for something, you want it to be, at least the basic edition. If you want to, you're paying $70, you want to pay something that looks real. I'm talking about real. And for those who've had the game 2022, 2021, 2019, 18, look at the graphic. It is the same thing. Nothing has changed. The moves is different, yes. Players moving are different, like the dives and stuff like that. 2022, 2023, that hasn't changed. So you get the players' skills, so that's good. Well, other than that, you're paying for the same thing as 2022. It's like when you buy an iPhone or an Android. You expect something better, but it's the same thing. The only thing that changes in those phones is the camera. But everything else is the same. So, if you don't want to get that experience of the Negro League or the WBC, which I think is a great program, for you can play and stuff like that, don't even bother getting 23. Just stick with 22, 21, whatever you have. But don't waste your money on this. Let San Diego Studio come out with something better for the following years, for the next 2 years. Because they keep saying like this, it's not going to be good. And I say I'm not going to buy, but I always end up buying it anyway because I love baseball. But anyway, so that's my opinion. Stay away from 23 if you can. If not, go play with the Negro League and WBC and enjoy the game. Enjoy those two programs that they have. Alright guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that like button and hit that bell so that bell can notify you when I have uploaded a video.